The 8 JFK Express.
It was me. 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 It was me.
When riding the train, if you talk on your phone really loud, better behave or better be brave. If spreading your knees or blocking the doors the way you act in a crowd, you may be too late to save. So avoid the Port Authority after midnight, unless you want to weep and wail. There's always someone waiting to be freed, so pay heed to the cautionary tale of the commuter. When you've had a long day at the office and midnight's drawing near, and you're carrying a box of photographs and socks and the shreds of your career, you need a place to sit and settle, a cozy little nest for sifting through what's left of you and to finally get some rest. So I gotta get to Hohokus, where my sister's got a room for me. It's small, she said, a lamp, a bed, but most of all it's free. Yeah, I gotta get to Hohokus like an ordinary Joe. Yeah, I gotta get to Hohokus, New Jersey, 'cause I got nowhere else to go. You, ticket seller. Well, we got a lot of nice destinations I could offer you. What's it gonna be?
I get a one-way on the 1216 to Hohokus.
Why, I may be nothing more than a ticket salesman, but sometimes in life, I find that you gotta buy a return ticket if you want to plan on coming back.
Just one way.
Then that'll be $7.25. Your credit card here has been declined, fella.
What? Why would the company card? Company card? All I have are company cards. Look, I gotta have cash in a pocket. I promise I can pay. See, at 8 when I awoke, I wasn't close to broke. No, I ran the MTA. I had a car and a private driver. My life had so much class. But then today, one expose, and I'm out on my ass. So I gotta get to Hohokus when no one reads the daily press. A chance, you know, for lying low, a week or two, I guess. Yeah, I gotta get to Hohokus, disappear to Deer Hill Drive. Yeah, I gotta get to Hohokus, New Jersey. And I got 7:25.
Y'all have a pleasant trip.
Hey, what's the gate number? This window closed. I don't want to go to Albany or Buffalo or Ithaca or Syracuse or Saratoga Springs. I just can't go off to Maine or Philadelphia. And where is there a bench to set my things? I don't want to go to Trenton or Piscataway or Patterson, Parsippany. I think I'm gonna snap. So where is my gate? Is it this or maybe that away? And why is there no mention on a map? I don't want to go to Monticello or Monroe or Binghamton or Providence or Middleton or Rome. If I simply keep my focus on as short as a Hohokus and lead me to my temporary home. So I got
get to Ho-Ho-Kus like an ordinary Joe. Yeah, I gotta get to Ho-Ho-Kus, New Jersey. Though it's the last place I'd ever choose to go. Ho-Ho-Kus. Ho-Ho-Kus. That's weird. This one gate doesn't even have a destination or a minute hand on the clock. Excuse me, miss. This wouldn't happen to be the gate to... You're a plaster statue. You're all... I'm talking to statues here. Someone made this sculpture of people commuting, and I'm still the most depressing thing here. Midnight! Jesus, 15 minutes to board! What's happening? What's going on? Lights? Whoa! Hey! What just touched me? Damn Port Authority! Where'd those statues go? Hey, you! Is this the bus to Ho-Ho-Kus?
Welcome to the line.
Thanks?
So, what'd you do?
What? I don't even know if this is the right gate!
Sure, I'm innocent too. I mean, how can I know things would get so hairy when I got on that number 8 train to Bronx Park that morning? My feet were always killing me. My back was always sore. Couldn't stand the thought of standing just 1 minute more. Saw one empty seat ahead, my ticket to relax. One guy snuck in front of me, shoved him on the tracks.
What?
Now it's 50 years to stand with no place to set my tush. Didn't mean to kill him, it was just a little push. And it's welcome to the line, my friend. Welcome to the line. That's why I've been standing here since 1969.
This is exactly why nobody likes going to the Port Authority. Now I've got 14 minutes to get to my bus to Ho-Ho-Kus!
You're not going to Ho-Ho-Kus.
You strange, strange animal. Hey kid, is this the bus to Ho-Ho-Kus?
Welcome to the line.
Okay.
So, what did you do?
What? I'm trying to get to Ho-Ho-Kus.
He doesn't even know what he did.
Right, I need to get to
Well, mine was such a bad idea. There wasn't a JFK Express. See, I had a knack for dance and acrobatics in my soul. Rode the train and found one day I was swinging from a pole. I invented Showtime. But still I'm in disgrace, just because I kicked a few babies in the face. It was a kick, turn, spin, pull, twirl, flip, hack, kick, catch, stand, hot, kick, and
Dear God!
then it's welcome to the line, my friend. All aboard, we're bored. Liven up the atmosphere, and this was my reward. Welcome to the line, my friend. Welcome to the line. We've all got sad stories.
But the saddest story's mine.
Not another one. Can somebody please help me?
I left my favorite soda shop and upped the IRT. Not a thought of what that ride would really mean to me. A strap was
they must have been so relieved. What did they say?
Oh, they didn't say anything. Rats can't talk.
You see, two rats.
Rats are people too.
You're all nuts!
Oh, I've done nothing evil. I've done nothing mean. If you search your conscience, can you claim that it's as clean?
You must have your secrets, or else you'd find your cost.
Thought you'd get to Jersey, but now you'll do your time. Welcome to the line, my friend. Glad you came to stay. You've got some company crime, and
Now it's time to
now it's time to pay. Welcome to the line, my friend. Welcome to the line. Glad that you'll be joining us. Welcome to the line.
Is this book going to Hohokus?
Thanks.
12 minutes left. Hello? Does anybody work here? Why is a Jamba Juice the only thing open? You, smoothie maker.
Well. We got a lot of nice smoothies I could offer you. What's it gonna be?
You look familiar. Never mind. Can you tell me how to get to the bus to Hohokus? This may very well be the worst day of my whole life.
Well, I don't know about all that. Maybe you need a Jamba Juice.
I don't have the time or the money. All my assets were frozen when I lost some contracts that would have... Hell, it doesn't matter.
Why, I may be nothing more than a simple juice maker, but sometimes in life, I find that you gotta bite through the chunks of frozen bananas before you can get to the blended strawberries. Have a razzmatazz smoothie on the house.
I don't understand.
It's a metaphor, Ernie. You see, the strawberries represent the path.
I get the metaphor. It's just, how did you know my name?
You'll find I know lots of things, Ernie.
Oh God, did the MTA put out a press release? Is my name face all over the news already? Now, if I could just get the whole...
Well, I bet the place you're headed to is right on out there. You see, I may be nothing more than a simple Jamba Juice barista. But sometimes in life, I find that if you really want to get yourself going, you just gotta shut me up and order the wheatgrass boost. Even if wheatgrass does taste like ass.
Your metaphors are tenuous. But thanks for the smoothie. Oh crap, 12:05! The entirety of this godforsaken bus terminal from top to bottom. Why can't I find a single other gate?
Welcome to the line, my friend. Welcome to the line.
What did you do?
Yeah, what's your sin?
Oh, does it matter? He's going to send me home.
I'm trying to get to Hohokus, for God's sakes.
Oh, I think he still didn't get it.
Oh, don't you see? I've served my time, and now you are going to replace me in the great commute. Surely you must realize that you are one of us.
Listen, you strange girl.
I tried to split to Pennsauken, and I've been stuck in plaster ever since, waiting for my replacement to come.
Since 1990.
Since 1969.
Since 1958. 60 years in plaster rarely goes without a hitch. You get used to pins and needles. Then your ear begins to itch. But it's not the inconveniences I find you really mind. It's the thinking of the things you left behind. Soon I'll see the milkman climbing up my stoop. Soon I'll see I'm finally going home. Soon I'll play my records, Patty Kate awaits, and soon I'll wear my roller skates. I'm finally going home. If time out there is ruthless, and it's kept on moving on, my home could be an IHOP now. My friends could all be gone. Soon I'll see my mother, if she's still alive. I guess she'd be 100 now, no 105. But she'll be where she's got to. I know she'd never go. Now that I'm finally going home. Now you come to save me. Now you take my place. You'll find in time the itching stops and your sins will erase. Then you'll be free as I am in 60 years or so. And you'll be finally going home. Just like I'm finally going.
Oh! There's gotta be somebody, somewhere in this godforsaken bus depot. Thank God for Dwayne Reed. Thank God for Dwayne Reed. Said nobody ever. You, clerk, pharmacist, Mr. Reed, I think everybody's gone crazy. And no surprise, the Port Authority is the sort of place you go to get murdered for fun. But it's 12:08.
Well, we got a lot of nice prescription drugs I could offer you.
You're the same guy. It's you.
What's it gonna be, Ernie?
What the hell is going on here? Can somebody please help me? Is this my own personal hell?
Well, I don't know about all that. You see, I may be nothing more than
No more folksy metaphors.
I'll stop spouting metaphors when you learn to punctually sign important contracts instead of playing around to go.
I looked everywhere.
You had plenty of time to sign those finalized construction contracts on the MTA's behalf. But as usual, you were careless.
I was hoping they'd show up.
Careless and too proud to admit that you misplaced them during an extended lunch break to play a game of putt-putt. Putt-putt!
But no one would have ever taken me seriously again.
Worked out quite fine for you, didn't it? With the deadline passed, that construction company walked away, and the MTA had to restart the process of bidding, of negotiation. The MTA was going to change forever, Ernie, and for the better. But your standard ineptitude is the reason why, in a press release at 9:24 a.m., the MTA will announce that the completion of the first phase of the 2nd Avenue subway is going to be pushed back to 2039. Which is why it'll be a long time before you ever leave.
What is this place?
Why, the Port Authority bus terminal is where you could pay for your horrible subway sins, Ernie. Why else would somebody design such an awful place on purpose? until 3 more people get in line, bumping enough off to take your place. That is, assuming you choose to stay.
Choose?
I am not an unreasonable man, Ernie. You get a choice. That poor girl, she spent 58 years as a frozen statue. Each day, thousands of people walk by, not noticing that poor thing shedding a tear. She did what she thought was right, Ernie. And yet she's paid her price. Don't you think you should pay your price?
What about my sister?
Why, your sister's barely seen you in years. And by the time you've done your time that you've served for ruining the public transportation, it might soonly be reversed.
And what if I say no?
Then you can walk out of the Port Authority right now and never return.
And that girl?
She'll take your place at the back of the line and be stuck here another 6 decades.
But I'll be free.
Ernie! I may be nothing more than Lucifer himself in my standard part-time job as a dwindling pharmacist. But sometimes in life, you gotta take your antibiotics, even if they do seem hard to swallow.
Hard to swallow? Why should I feel guilty? Why should I take my meds when all I've heard are riffraff and jerks? For people are polite, but the change will be profound the moment you put people underground.
I don't have enough points.
They're animals fighting for survival, kicking you on every tender nerve. You only need to ride the train, and I won't need to explain that they get what they deserve. Everyone alive will prove to be a nut job or a perv. I could have made the subways green, maybe even made them clean, but they get what they deserve. And I'm not sorry that I did it, no, and added to the plight of men. People are disgusting and their bubble needed busting, and guess what? I do it again when they're animals. Animals want a quick arrival, want to go too fast around a curve. They're always rushing, always rash, when there's just a little crash. Well, they get what they deserve. And I've gotta get to Ho-Hocus. Damn it! Yes, I've gotta get to Ho-Hocus. I'll go walking all the way. I won't let them make me a statue forever. A statue forever. Of course, this means I'm leaving Helen where she was. It's really not that bad because she was only going home. Now her ma will never see her favorite kid, and all because of what I did. What I did. What I did. I'm an animal, just like all the others, hunting for the meatiest hors d'oeuvre. By simply sleeping at my post, my crimes have hurt the most and robbed the holy side of all its verve. It's impossible to face, but I have to take my place and get what I deserve.
served my term.
Does this mean?
It means you're going home. You were right. I had to make the fair choice.
Oh, Ernie. Poor Ernie.
What?
You actually thought you could escape, didn't you?
You said I had a choice.
The only choice you had was lost when you lost those subway contracts due to your negligence. But stop! Hey, where did you last have them? The contracts for construction, which had the council's vote. You thought you lost them golfing, but did you even check your coat?
Dear God!
Welcome to the line.
What's going on here? Oh,
Welcome to the line. I guess he did have those Second Avenue contracts all along. If ever you're given a critical paper to sign,
better not air.
or better beware. If losing that paper could fatally hurt the Second Avenue line, better take lots of care and avoid the Port Authority after midnight, a place that's far beyond the pale. There's always someone waiting to be free, so pay heed to the cautionary tale of the commuters.